Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be looking into something
Oh, cool.
pretty fascinating, our relationship with food.
Okay.
I mean, who doesn't love a good meal, right?
Yeah.
But we're going beyond just taste buds today
Right.
and exploring some thought-provoking perspectives on food from a channeled source.
Okay.
Daryl Anka speaking as the consciousness known as Bashar.
Interesting.
It's interesting how Bashar suggests that our relationship with food isn't just about physical nourishment,
Right.
but also reflects our spiritual evolution as a species.
Yeah. Bashar talks about this concept of vibrational density in food.
I'm curious about this idea of spiritual evolution
Yeah.
tied to food.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on what Bashar means?
Think of it like everything in the universe, including food, vibrates at a certain frequency.
Okay.
Some foods like meat, especially in the way it's often produced, vibrate at a denser frequency and might carry a heavier energy.
So you're saying there's more to food than just calories and nutrients. There's an energetic component too.
Yeah, and this ties into Bashar's perspective on how humanity might be evolving towards a more plant-based diet.
Okay.
They suggest that lab-grown meat could be an interesting transition step.
Interesting.
It might represent a bridge between our current relationship with meat and a future where we naturally gravitate towards more plant-based options.
That's a fascinating perspective.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if our bodies might eventually crave what's truly best for us on a deeper level.
It's a possibility Bashar definitely seems to support.
Okay.
In these channeled sessions, someone asked a question that I think many of us have pondered.
Okay.
Why does life feed on other life?
Hmm.
And is it even spiritual to eat meat?
That's a big one. What was Bashar's take on that?
Bashar explained that it's all about perspective.
Okay.
On their world, there's no predation-only symbiosis.
Okay.
But here on Earth, animals reflect our own behavior in a way. The predator-prey dynamic is part of an energy exchange within creation.
But are they saying it's okay to eat meat? I'm a bit confused.
It's not about giving a thumbs up or down on meat eating.
Okay.
Bashar suggests that animals in their natural state have a different understanding
Okay.
of their role in the ecosystem and their connection to a larger consciousness. Their experience of being eaten might be very different from how we perceive it.
That's a mind-boggling idea.
Yeah.
It makes you reconsider our place in the web of life.
Definitely, it challenges us to expand our understanding of consciousness beyond just the human perspective.
Yeah.
And one person in the session shared a personal experience that highlights this complexity.
Okay.
They were vegan for 10 years out of compassion,
Okay.
but their health declined.
Wow.
When they reintroduced meat, their health improved.
Wow. That's really thought-provoking. What did Bashar say about that?
Bashar suggested that as humans, we're still in a kind of apprenticeship stage. Our bodies may require certain types of sustenance to function optimally in this current stage of our evolution. It's about listening to our body's consciousness and what it needs to thrive.
So it's less about judging our dietary choices and more about the relationship we have with food.
Exactly.
The gratitude,
Yeah.
the appreciation, and choosing the most natural and healthy options for us.
Exactly. It's about being mindful and conscious of our choices.
Okay.
This person then went on to ask a deeper question.
Okay.
Why did eating meat feel healthier?
Okay.
Even though they felt such compassion for animals.
Right.
They felt conflicted.
That's a tough dilemma to grapple with.
Yeah.
What insights did Bashar offer about that?
Bashar explained that our belief systems and the collective consensus reality we're all participating in play a huge role in our experience.
Yeah.
Our beliefs about food and its necessity actually influence our physical health.
So if we believe we need meat to be healthy,
Yes.
our bodies might respond accordingly,
Yes.
even if that belief isn't universally true.
That's what Bashar suggests. Our beliefs shape our reality in profound ways.
Okay.
This person even mentioned that they'd rather cuddle with animals than eat them.
Oh?
But were struggling because meat seemed essential for their well-being.
What a heartbreaking conflict. How did Bashar address that?
Bashar emphasized that eating meat isn't a universal must.
Okay.
It's more about understanding why we've chosen to exist in a reality where it seems necessary for some.
Okay.
They challenged this person to think about why they were subscribing to a system that requires this type of sustenance if it conflicted with their compassion.
It's a powerful question to consider. Are we sometimes holding on to beliefs that might prevent us from experiencing something different?
Absolutely. And even more intriguingly,
Okay.
Bashar proposed that perhaps the system serves this person in a way they aren't aware of.
Okay.
Maybe there's a hidden positive reason for their experience.
Okay, that's a new way of looking at things.
Yeah.
But how do we uncover those hidden beliefs
Right.
that might be shaping our experience?
Yeah.
This person mentioned trying to meditate on it without clear answers.
This is where it gets even more fascinating. Bashar highlighted that the core belief blocking this person was the judgment they placed on certain beliefs as being invalid.
Wait, so judging a belief as wrong actually gives it more power?
Precisely. Bashar explained that allowing for the validity of both sides,
Okay.
the belief that eating meat is necessary and the belief that it isn't, neutralizes the polarity.
Okay.
This allows for a more expansive perspective and greater freedom of choice.
That makes so much sense. Resisting something only seems to make it stronger.
Right.
But when we acknowledge it without judgment, we can open ourselves to new possibilities.
It's about embracing the concept of duality.
Okay.
The idea that seemingly opposite concepts can coexist and even complement each other.
So Bashar is suggesting that it's not about labeling beliefs as right or wrong,
Right.
but about expanding our awareness to encompass a wider range of perspectives.
Exactly. And this leads to a final thought-provoking question Bashar posed.
Okay.
Can we see the concept of life eating life?
Yeah.
Something that initially seems harsh in a positive light?
Wow. That's deep. It really challenges us to question our assumptions and look beyond the surface.
It does, and it highlights how exploring these seemingly simple questions about food can lead us to profound insights about ourselves and the nature of reality.
It feels like Bashar is encouraging us to find a place of balance.
Yeah.
Where we acknowledge the reality we're in.
Right.
Even if it includes things we might not prefer, while also staying open to the possibility of something different.
Yes, and it's about recognizing that even the things we might initially resist or judge could have a positive purpose we haven't grasped yet.
This reminds me of something you mentioned earlier about science.
Yes.
Being a reflection of our energy state.
Right.
And our energy state being a reflection of our belief systems.
That's such a crucial point to remember. It means our current scientific understanding, including our beliefs about nutrition and health, isn't necessarily absolute truth.
So as we evolve consciously and our beliefs change, our scientific understanding of things like diet and nutrition could also change.
Absolutely. Bashar suggests that our beliefs create a framework for how we perceive and interact with reality, including the realm of science.
This has given me so much to think about.
Yeah.
It's like we have the power to shape not only our individual experiences, but also the collective reality we all share.
And that brings us back to the importance of questioning our assumptions and exploring multiple perspectives.
This conversation about food and our relationship with it has been so insightful.
Yeah.
We've gone far beyond just what we put on our plates and touched upon some truly profound concepts about consciousness, energy, and belief systems.
It really has been a fascinating exploration. It leaves us with a lot to contemplate as we continue on our personal journeys of growth and evolution.
What are some key takeaways you hope people listening will remember from this conversation?
I think one of the most important takeaways is this idea that our relationship with food is multifaceted. It's not just about physical sustenance, but also about our spiritual evolution, our belief systems, and our connection to the natural world.
And there's no one-size-fits-all answer when it comes to diet and nutrition.
Exactly.
It's about listening to our individual body consciousness.
Yes.
And making choices that align with our personal values and beliefs.
Exactly. And it's also about being open to new possibilities and recognizing that our current understanding of science and nutrition may not be the whole story.
This has been such an enlightening conversation. I feel like I have a whole new appreciation for the food I eat and the choices I make.
I feel the same way. I hope our listeners have also been inspired to explore their own relationship with food and to look into the fascinating connections between consciousness, energy, and our physical experiences.
It's as if Bashar is inviting us to become more conscious eaters. Not just in terms of what we choose to consume, but also in the energy and intention we bring to the entire process.
Yes, and to consider the possibility that there might be a deeper purpose or lesson behind our experiences with food. Even the ones that seem challenging or contradictory.
This whole concept of duality and embracing both sides of a belief is really resonating with me. It's like by judging one side as wrong, we create this inner conflict that can prevent us from seeing the bigger picture.
It's as if we're holding on to a limited perspective that traps us in a cycle of judgment and resistance.
Right.
But when we acknowledge the validity of both sides,
Right.
we create space for a more nuanced understanding.
And maybe that's how we can start to make more conscious choices.
Yeah.
Not just about food, but about all aspects of our lives.
Right.
By letting go of judgment and embracing the full spectrum of possibilities,
Right.
we can tap into a deeper level of wisdom and freedom.
I think that's a beautiful way to put it. It's about recognizing that everything is interconnected, and even things we initially perceive as negative or undesirable can serve a purpose in our journey of growth and evolution.
So to bring it back to the listener,
Yeah.
what's one practical step we can all take to start applying these insights to our own lives?
I think a great starting point is to simply become more aware of our thoughts and beliefs around food. What are the judgments we're holding on to? What are the assumptions we're making? By bringing these unconscious patterns into the light of awareness, we can start to shift them.
And maybe we can even start to see the act of eating as a sacred ritual.
I love that idea.
A way to connect with the energy of the food we're consuming.
Yes.
And to express gratitude for the nourishment it provides.
It's about transforming our relationship with food from one of mindless consumption to one of mindful appreciation.
This whole conversation has really opened my eyes to the profound wisdom that can be found in exploring even the seemingly mundane aspects of our lives, like our relationship with food.
It truly has, and it reminds us that there's always more to learn, more to discover, and more to appreciate about this incredible journey of being human.
As we wrap up this fascinating exploration, I'd like to leave our listeners with a final thought. What are your takeaways? And what questions might you encourage them to ponder?
Bashar's message really encourages us to question our assumptions, to embrace a wider perspective, and to explore the potential positive aspects of even those things we might initially resist, perhaps. By examining our beliefs and embracing duality, we can make truly conscious choices about how we nourish ourselves, both physically and spiritually.
It sounds like by shifting our individual consciousness around food, we could contribute to a collective shift towards a more harmonious and sustainable way of being in the world.
It's a powerful idea, and one that invites us to see our personal choices as part of something much larger.
Thank you so much for taking us on this journey through Bashar's perspectives on food. It's been eye-opening and thought-provoking.
It's been a pleasure exploring these concepts with you.
To our listeners, we hope this conversation has sparked some curiosity and inspired you to look at your own relationship with food in a new light.